Hi guys, I'm Tori. I'm in your class. My topic for presentation is going to be constellations. My main objective is to give an in-depth lesson on constellations, and I also want to show why they're important to know. My second objective is to explain why they're important and what is the real purpose of knowing this information. So how they are created, why do they exist, what's the importance of them, and who is really responsible for them and the creation of them. I'm going to be asking and answering who, what, when, where, why, and how questions. The who being who created the constellations, who named them, who decided to make the constellations what they are. The what being what exactly are constellations, what types of constellations are there, what are the constellations named after, and what is the history behind the well-known ones, and what are some of the many constellations out there. The when being when were they created and when do you see them? Where can you see the different constellations and where do their names originate from? Why were they created and why is their use important and why is this information crucial and important to know? And how? How are they created? How is the data retrieved from them? And how can you see them? So my main introduction is more of like how or like who created the constellations. The constellations were invented, they were not discovered. The constellations are just distinctive, easy to remember patterns of stars in the sky. Most of the famous ones were invented before the beginning of recorded history. Orion, for example, has a history dating back before 4000 BC. Our modern constellation system comes from the ancient Greeks. No one's really sure where, when, or by whom they were invented. Originally, there is found that the 2nd century AD Greek-Egyptian astronomer and mathematician Ptolemy was the author of what considered to be the first astronomical star catalog, which is called the Almagest. That book names 48 constellations and contains the position of more than 1,000 stars. These 48 form the basis for our modern constellation system. Ptolemy's star catalog remains in use for the next 1,400 years. Over the years, astronomers added constellations to fill in the gaps between Ptolemy's figures and map the uncharted region of the sky near the south celestial pole. The formalized naming of the patterns seen in the groupings began as means of discerning heavens and being able to reach and talk to the gods and humankind. It connected, intertwined those two together. These representations varied between different cultures and reflected each culture's specific theological belief system. It was eventually discovered that the positions of various star groups, or constellations as they came to be called, could also aid in the navigation and geographic orientation. That's a little bit about my introduction of who created the constellations. I've always been interested in the constellations and wondering where they got their names from and what really started them. So being able to study and share this information and my learning with you guys is really cool. I look forward to seeing your presentations and best of luck. Bye.